All right, Biafrans, you all know that early voting has started for the President of the United States of America, right? I've secured my vote. I've just done voting. I've done voting. Biafrans in Georgia, go and vote. Biafrans all over the United States, check if the early voting has started in your communities. Go and vote massively. You all know who's going to give us Biafra, right? You all know who's going to give us Biafra, right? You all know the presidential candidate we've been meeting with. You know the presidential candidate that will give us Biafra. Please go and cast your vote. Do it early so that you don't get caught up. I voted. Here is my tag. I secured my vote. Go and secure your vote. It is your duty.
All right, lovers of freedom, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Inter TV News. This is where you get your legit information, raw data regarding the war between the Biafran Liberation Army and the Zoo Army of Nigeria. Now, if you can check back our previous posts, you can understand how day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, we have been giving legit update regarding the trial and interrogation of Simon Ekpa in Finland. Remember, he has been restored communication access. So for now, he can talk to his family members and can talk to different respectful cabinet members around the Biafra Liberation Army and also the Biafra government in exile. Now, I'll be sharing more videos so that you can understand the audacity of this invitation by Trump's government. Because even the chief of staff of Trump still know about this agitation. So all the people around Trump, Biafra movement or the United States of Biafra is not a new thing to them. They already know that this particular thing, this particular country have been in a war with the Nigerian state, and the war killed over 3 million people, and this war was fought for complete 3 years. So the United States of America cabinet members know so well about the Biafra movement, and some of them have read about our agitation. So very soon the Nigerian government will have no other option than to sit down on the round table with us to discuss our referendum, because it's very close. They are giving us the exposure we want. They are giving us the outbreak we want. That they keep storming Finland with different evidence so that they can be able to extradite Simon Ekpa from Finland to Nigeria, which they have failed. They have failed woefully because Finland have vowed to protect Simon Ekpa in any means. Because all Simon Ekpa have been doing is to expose their terrorist attack and destruction in Biafra land. That is what he has been doing. Just they expose their criminal acts in Biafra land, how they are keen to destroying homes and killing innocent Biafrans. That is what Simon Ekpa have been doing, and that is what he has been using his S-handle to do. So since Simon Ekpa have been taken in for interrogation, what is happened? Who is doing the killings? Who is doing the killings? Where is the killings coming from? So these are the questions we need to ask the Nigerian state, so that they shall realize that we, the Biafrans, know what we are fighting for. And we, the local media, will continue to spread all this information so that you in diaspora or you anywhere in the zoo will be able to understand what is actually happening in the Southeast and how our agitation, our liberation, our freedom is going. Now, listen to our COS as she gives us legit information regarding her invitation on the inauguration of Donald Trump as the newly elected president of the United States of America. Now, listen.
From beginning to end. So we are very grateful for that. And then we thank our own Obatobia, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. He is the one that made today's event to be possible. Without him, this may never have happened. So we are very grateful. He is the reason for the season. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly present this constitution Again, the table of contents for our constitution is well established. Professor Chairman. Okay, we need it here so I can. Yeah. So our constitution covers so many things based on our history and peculiarities and things that are very unique to us as Biafrans. We put all that into consideration in establishing our constitution. As I said earlier, we have 40 states in the United States of Biafra. Each of these states have 15 counties, and they have the districts, and they have the wards. That is how the government of Biafra is structured. All right, thank you so much. So those of you that are going to get a copy of our constitution, there are a couple of questions and concerns people have asked in the past, and when you get that copy, please take your time to read every single section of our constitution. We took care of some of those concerns that people may have in our constitution. We started with the table of contents for our constitution. You can see from the beginning, the citizenship, we talked about the confederating state of Biafra. We have a confederate state of Biafra with a unicameral form of legislature, which we think is going to serve our people better. And then we talked about the different duties of the states, the relationship between the states and the federal. We have all that covers. We have the citizenship and political rights. We have the relations with foreign states and all that. All that we are captured in our constitution. Fundamental rights, the citizens' right. Those are basic things that Biafrans have never really enjoyed. Over the years, as we have been part of Nigeria, we've gone through a lot. So those fundamental rights that were denied us as a people, we cover that in our constitution, where every single Biafran have the power to rise to their highest level, devoid of the ethnicity, the locality, the religion, and all that. We make sure we take care of that to make sure Biafra is and is going to be one of the best countries in the world. We talked about our energy communications in Biafra land. We are going to establish a country where there is freedom of the press. Unlike in Nigeria, where the press is controlled by the government. They are told what to report and what not to report. That is not going to happen in Biafra land. Under our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, we established a constitution that is going to guarantee the freedom of the press and the freedom of the Biafran people to express their opinions without bias. So those are the things that we covered in our constitution. Our economy is going to be one of the best in the world because we have the brains. We have Biafra brains all over the world, outside the Biafra land, making and building and creating wealth for countries outside Biafra land. Now we want all our people scattered all over the world to come back to Biafra land and start building that. So imagine what is going to happen when all these brains that are building countries outside, when we go back and start building our country, you know what it's going to look like. We covered all that in our constitution. We also covered about housing, employment, social security, resident permit, civil law, criminal law, finance system. All these were covered in our constitution. The people and the state. We covered things like the referendum, political parties, all that are covered in our constitution. The federal authorities. We covered the Federal Assembly, the Confederation, the Parliament, and membership of the Parliament, the structures, what each state to contribute to the Parliament, both at the state level and at the federal level. All that is covered in our constitution. And there are so many positions for true Biafrans to occupy in their state or at the federal level to help us build our country. So there's just no need of fighting for any position. We have millions of positions for Biafrans. Duties and powers of the parliament was also captured. The executive, the National Executive Council, all that was covered. Citizenship. Different type of citizenship, either by birth, by naturalization, dual citizenship, citizenship by registration, denial of citizenship. We took the peculiar nature of Biafrans scattered all over the world in developing the citizenship status of our people. Because most Biafrans run away from the Nigerian terrorist state. Because if you express yourself, if you talk about Biafra in Nigeria, they will come after you, they kill you. As I talk right now, Nigerian government under President Tinubu, they deployed Nigerian military and they are roaming the whole streets of Biafra land. And they kill the young boys, the young girls, anybody that is talking about Biafra, just for the ideology, you become a victim. Not anymore. We can't allow that to happen anymore. United States of Biafra is now a full-fledged country. We do not need anybody to approve us as a country. Yes. If you think you are going to wait until United Nations approve us as a country, or until African Union approve us as a country, or until Nigerian government say, okay, you all can go now from your own country, you are going to wait forever. It is our right for self-determination. It is our right to choose our leaders. And that is exactly what we are doing. And United Nations approved that, the right for self-determination. African Union approved that. So it is left for them to continue to work with Biafrans, and we are going to continue to reach out to make the statements using all our international lawyers that our Prime Minister already set up, who have already set a lot of things in motion. And I know it won't be long before we all start going home en masse. In developing the citizenship of Biafra, United States of Biafra, our Prime Minister and the committee that worked on the Constitution, they pay special attention to the peculiarities of Biafrans scattered all over the world. Biafrans that have children all over the world. Biafrans that have husbands and wives all over the world. Biafrans have been chased away from Nigerian government all over the world. Those things are captured, and we put in place structures that will make our Biafran citizens to continue to support whatever foreign government or country where they belong to, and at the same time continue to gradually move back into our Biafra territory. All that is covered in our Constitution. So I know this Constitution of the United States of Biafra, we do acknowledge and affirm with changes, and I'm just going to go ahead and read the final portion of that. The Constitution of the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra do acknowledge and affirm with changes the Charter of the Confederating States. Remember, last year we were in Helsinki. We developed a couple of charters that led to this area. Also known as the Biafra Helsinki Declaration in Finland, and herein referred to as Biafra Charter, unanimously adopted as a prelude act by the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government in homeland on October 21, 2023. Our resolve, we the people of the United States of Biafra resolved to redeclare the May 30, 1967 Biafra Independence Day hereby actualize, renew, reaffirm, declare, and continue in accordance and pursuant to the declaration with all the implications thereof. Recognize and salute the sacrifice of our forefathers, our heroes, who were martyred for the cause of our freedom, and those who were killed because they are Biafrans. Reaffirm the peoples and nations of Biafra make neither war nor peace. We, the state or peoples of Nigeria, We exercise our natural right, our popular right, our political right, and a right supported by United Nations Organization Charter and international law. The right to self-determination, right to self-defense, and right to self-governance, in the certain realization that only the effective exercise of self-determination by the peoples and nation of Biafra will end the state of occupation and subjugation by Nigeria. We proclaim that we are one people of one nation, bound together in the ideology of nationhood. Our cultures and traditions are but of a common root and founded by our ancestors. Establish our nation under the sovereign control and eternal lordship of Elohim, or as called in our various languages. Declare that peace, unity, progress, and equity shall be our drive. The sacrifices made by our heroes shall not be taken for granted. Affirm that our nation shall be one of the finest in the world. We shall enforce our complete resolve to the rule of law, principles of equality of all indigenous people of Biafra before the law, and strict obeisance to fundamental human rights as enshrined in this Constitution. Submit that we stand on the principles of equity between men and women and the right of children as provided in this Constitution. Commit to our sovereignty as Biafra nation in strict respect to state governance under the ordinance of a confederacy as provided in this Constitution. Determine that all forms of sabotage, betrayal, and every criminal action intended to jeopardize our nationhood or prejudicing our collective existence shall be eliminated. Again, this is very, very peculiar to us as a country. All of you are aware how long we've been trying to be a nation. After the end of the Civil War in 1970, when over 3 million of Biafrans were murdered. Those things that were in existence in that time, it is still in existence now. And that is why we cannot take the sabotage of this beautiful struggle. We're not going to take it lightly with anybody. We agree to establish sanity in our system of government based on our indigenous models. We shall operate a consensus and pluralistic structure in our system of government. Stipulate that our system of government, which is constitutional based, shall include effective mechanisms in resolving conflict, promote good governance, eliminate corruption, foster unity, reconciliation, social justice, speedy development, promote orientation culture, multifaceted educational approach, tolerance, and nationhood. We collectively affirm and endorse through our national referendum the Constitution of the United States of Biafra as a confederacy on this day, 29th November 2024. And again, every genuine Biafra here knows what the history that led to the dates, the two dates, and we cannot take anything for granted. And that is why Biafrans, we will continue to outsmart them. We will continue to do what we are doing. And our international lawyers are fully following the dates. So do not worry about that. So, the creation of the United States of Biafra, the Biafra Act, on the day, 29 November 2024, legally establishes the United States of Biafra, consisting of 40 states, hence becoming the officially recognized state of Biafra nation as enshrined in the Constitution. So, all of us here, we've read or we've seen all the different sections of the Constitution. If you are here as a Biafran or friend of Biafra, and if you do not support this Constitution of the United States of Biafra, please raise your hand. If you do not support, raise your hand. And I want the Brigade Media to cover this particular section. If you do not support the Constitution of the United States of Biafra, please raise your hand. 100% support for the Constitution of the United States of Biafra. Thank you so much, Biafrans. USB, the next one. The currency, yes. Thank you so much, Biafrans. That's the way to do that. We are not wasting time. We gotta flow. Thank you all so much. At this point, the United States of Biafra Constitution has been adopted, and the copies, you can pick up your copies and all that. The next item we are going to present to you is the United States of Biafra currency. We have met every single criteria to be a nation, and nobody can stop us. Fellow Biafrans and friends of Biafrans, we hereby present the United States of Biafra currency. The Ejema is our money. All right, thank you so much. Yes. All right.
I want them to get used to the name. Ejema, nejeje na bata bata. Ejema, Ejema wijoma. Nejeje na bata bata. Asim na Ejema wijoma. Ejema.
Biafra people have experienced to pass the message to the world. In establishing the currency, we have the notes and we have the coins. If you look at the portrait of our one Ejema note, it has the picture of our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. In the front of the currency, you have the portrait of our Honorable Prime Minister, the denomination 1 in numerals and in English. We have the Bank of Biafra logo. We have the watermark of the Biafra Rising Sun. We have the watermark of the Honorable Prime Minister, the ESM portrait. When you look at our currency, the front, in all Biafran banknotes, you look deeply, you are going to see in the background the picture of our Prime Minister and our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, hidden inside those notes. So when you start using our notes, look out for that. You can't just see it ordinarily, but when you look deep, you will see there are pictures hidden inside all the notes. On the back of, again, in the front of our Biafra notes, you are going to see the signature of the Treasurer of the United States of Biafra and the Secretary to the Treasury. You're also going to see the numbers written on the left upper hand side and on the lower. And then you're going to also see the year that money was printed. All that is going to be captured here. And Biafra notes are going to carry top security features that will make it hard for people to manipulate or fake our currency. On the back of our $1, of our 1 ejema, you are going to see the our loyalty to God. Biafra is built. Biafra is built with loyalty to God. We also have the back, the refinery, image of the refinery. Biafra country is where we have majority of the mineral resources that comes from Nigeria, but we are the one that don't enjoy those resources. Not anymore. Not anymore. That takes us to our 5 ejema, which is our second note. Our 5 ejema have the portrait of Chukwuma Nzogu. We have the denominations, 5 in numerals and English. We have the Bank of Biafra logo. We have the watermark of the Biafra Rising Sun. We have watermark of a palm wine topper. And if you look deep, inside you will see the head of our Prime Minister and the head of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, in that currency. Still same features on the back. On the reverse side, we have the denominations. We have the image of the Obudu Mountain Resort and the Ahun Waterfalls. And we also have the watermark of the images of MNK and ESN. Our 10 ejema notes. So we have the portrait of our Honorable Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the front. We have the denomination 10 in numerals and English. We have the Bank of Biafra logo. We have the watermark of the Biafra Rising Sun. We have the United States of Biafra in all our notes. And we also have the 10 ejema used as a background. In the reverse back, we have the image of women farming. In the reverse side, we try to showcase all the different things that are peculiar with Biafrans. And that is what we're, even in this 10 ejema. If you look deeply, you will still see the head of our MNK and our able Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in the background. We have our 20 ejema with the portrait of Margaret Ekpa. The denomination 20 in numerals and English, Bank of Biafra logo, the watermark of the Biafra Rising Sun, 20 ejema used as a background. We have fishermen at the background. On the background shows our loyalty to God. And then also shows the fishermen and some cultural explanations on the background. That is our 20 ejema. Again, all the features we see are consistent in all the notes. So we go to the next note. We have our 50 ejema note with the portrait of our leader, Philip Effiong. We have the denomination 50 in numerals and English, the Bank of Biafra logo, watermark of images of skyscrapers at the background. Again, each of these notes, if you look inside, you see the head of MNK and ESN inside. On the back, we have our loyalty to God, and then the images of the Biafra tree, watermark of the Biafra Rising Sun, and watermark of 50 ejema reading on the background. This is our 50 ejema with the same features we see in our own 1 ejema. We go to the next note. Thank you. Our 100 ejema note has the picture of our own Chukwemeka Odumegwu. Again, with all the similar features that we have consistent with our money, and then we have the denominations, 100 in numerals and English, the Bank of Biafra logo, the watermark of the background images, all that. We have that image of a futuristic car and a city scape. We have that on the back with our loyalty to God. Those are the notes that we have. And now we are going to move to the coins.
Ejema is older.